Hi Holly, thank you so much for your patience in getting this video to you. I'm excited to share my ideas with you. I always come from a perspective of digging a little bit deeper and finding that root cause so that we have a permanent positive change in the transformation between horse and human, so that you and your mare can feel safe, empowered, and confident together, and that all these negative behaviors simply will melt away. So have a look and then feel free to reach out with any questions that you might have. Have a wonderful day, and again, thank you so much for contacting me. So my purpose of this presentation is first to analyze what's happening, and then to give you positive steps to solve those issues once and for all. And when I do so, I come from a perspective of that I want you and your horse to feel safe, empowered, and confident together. So a lot of programs focus mostly on the human, and some people are so invested in their horse that they mostly focus on the horse. I want to do this in the herd of two, that we're looking at reciprocity, and that we're achieving this goal for both. And the way we achieve it is that you become the lead mare in your herd of two. So when we're looking from now on what you're doing with yourself, I always want you to think about, is this helping me to feel safe? Is this helping my horse to feel safe? Are we both empowered? And do we both feel confident together? And when we're coming from the idea of feeling confident, there are 5 areas that we need to look at. Now, you've already shared with me that the environment has changed and your girl has been stabled more than usual, and that you feel that part of the problem is that there is some pinned up energy. And I totally agree, and we definitely need to look at making sure that the foundational needs for the horse are met. But there are a couple other things that I feel are important. As she is growing, she is looking for where is her next position in herd. She was the baby of the mom, and now she is becoming a youngster. So where is her position in the herd? And when it comes to the human horse herd, then is she accepting us as the leader? And what we're seeing, the rearing, the kicking out, biting, those from my perspective are all things where she doesn't feel heard and seen and understood, and where she therefore is actively challenging you as the lead. And part of that behavior, when you're saying she's high-strung at times, that can very well be the personality that we have an extroverted horse. Now, the more you become the lead mare, the more your horse accepts you as the gatekeeper because of your decisions and your actions, which are benevolent for your herd of two, the less these 5 areas of confidence matter. Because after all, the horse, by her DNA, wants to follow, right? Every horse in the herd is following the lead mare. Now, most programs and teachings in the horse world actually come from a perspective of that we need to control and we need to use pressure to teach the horse. And so in my world, I come from a perspective where I don't use control and pressure or treat-focused training technique, because we're not building a foundation that comes from trust. Because trusting is not developed by controlling and pressuring another being into what we want to do. But when we can show up as the gatekeeper, our horses safety and empowerment and confidence, then why would our horse not want to follow us if we always feel good in our presence? So how do we do this? So I actually use the idea of the dressage, classical dressage pyramid, where we start out by creating rhythm. And in my world, that is rhythm through positive patterns in everyday tasks. And for a girl, we want to focus on 6 essential tasks. And I call this the happy horse inventory. So that is approach, feeding, haltering, leading. And when it becomes, you already have struggle with leading, so that is clear a leadership issue here. And then, of course, picking feet, because we want our horse to willingly relent her feet to us happily and willingly, because after all, we want to be in charge of the speed and where we're going at times, whether we're on the ground or while riding. And when our horse freely and willingly relents their feet to us, then that means we have relaxation in mind, body, and emotions. And relaxation to me means that we have mental, emotional, and physical balance, and the absence of brace, tension, stress, anxiety, which when we're looking at those various levels of tensions, that's what causes scary experiences and accidents. So we want to avoid the scary stuff, right? We don't want anything more scary, because fighting, striking, rearing, kicking out is scary and can lead to an accident or injury of horse or human. So relaxation then leads to interconnection again, where you become the lead mare and you are the gatekeeper of your horse's wellness and well-being. So there are a couple things that we want to focus on. Number one, we want to make sure that your comfort and confidence zone. So this is the horse, this is the human, that it overlaps and that we're working in this area here. Now we use 5 principles to do so. Number one, we want to be the lead, right? We want to show up as the lead, and that really is a mindset. And I like to start with emotional and physical balance for the human, and I have a body awareness and relaxation audio. So I will send that to you, an audio. And what that will help you with is being present, being grounded, and using your thoughts, your words, your actions in a lead mare fashion. Number 2, what we're going to be working on is we want to find the mini and micro thresholds. Right now we're seeing big thresholds. We're seeing the fact that the horse doesn't want to stand still, that she is rearing, kicking out, biting, but there are mini and micro thresholds before those. That can be a reduced blinking rate of the eye, that can be the staring eye, that can be wrinkles in the nose and mouth area, tail swishing, hesitation to go forward or starting to go faster. Some as small as the tongue being pressed up against the roof of the mouth, which then will lock the hyoid apparatus. And when the hyoid apparatus is locked, there are actually 16 muscles that are attached to the hyoid apparatus, which then of course creates tension in the entire body. So when we're looking at those mini and micro thresholds, our goal is that we are of relaxation. And so when I talk about relaxation, I want to start where the horse is currently finding relaxation and where the human can currently find relaxation. That's right here where the confidence zone is overlapping. And we want to start in relaxation and go back to relaxation as necessary to end with relaxation. And I call that the 3X relaxation strategy. And in the beginning, this area here might be rather small. I'm going to give you a pretty extreme example. I have a student in the Philippines. The parents have bought her first horse, was a polo pony, and one of the first things that happened was that the horse ran the girl over in the paddock. So we had to start in outside the paddock with her actually being 10 feet away from the fence, and then over a series of days we worked to increase her area of feeling safe, empowered, and confidence. We used the body awareness relaxation audio to help her be grounded, to feel empowered. And we then gradually had her move closer to the fence, eventually touch the fence, eventually open and close the gate and have face conversations with the fence in between. And eventually she was able to move back into the paddock, help the horse accept personal space, and then start the actual focus that the horse then was able to follow her and her suggestions. So very important. Now, when we do work from the relaxation, and as I'm looking at it, I actually forgot something super important. So let me fix this here real quick. So we actually have something in here that is super important, what you're actually struggling with now, and that is your horse accepting your boundaries. So we're working off healthy boundaries. And a lot of times this is done in traditional training as well as natural horsemanship in a way where we are asserting our space in a dominant way. And when we have a horse that's by nature dominant, that can actually cause the horse to challenge us and to become argumentative, as in, can I be more dominant than you? So I come from a perspective of honoring our personal space so that our horse can accept our personal space. And I will go ahead, will send you a video that will talk about how to achieve that. So horse doesn't need to feel argumentative. So I will send you a link to an audio as well as to a video. Now, when we do have the relaxation, the last thing that we want to work off is, that's particularly important for, it's important for all horses, but when we're looking at horses that are crossed with a draft breed. Drafts by nature have been bred for hundreds of years to push into pressure, which horses naturally do. That's why they can pull a cart. That's why we have bucking horses here in the US, for example, because the horse pushes into pressure. And we need to actually teach the horse to follow a feel. And I work off the idea that we teach lightness through softness. A lot of times this is being taught by escalating control, escalating pressure and phases. So when we are in relaxation, we can teach lightness through softness, which the horse appreciates so much. And coming from a perspective of 100 grams and 3 ounces applied of what I call a feel, so that the horse learns to yield and follow a feel. And that feel can be mentally, emotionally, and physically. So when we have these 5 positive lead principles and patterns in place, the negative behaviors of the rearing and the kicking and the biting will all go away, and then you will have a foundation where we can eventually looking at starting her under saddle. So I hope that my presentation was helpful to you. if you would like to actually work with me and for me to be your personal connection and confidence coach, let me know. I have the enrollment for my mentorship program open through February 10th right now. It's called the Relationship Restart, Confidence for Horse and Human Mentorship Success Program. So if this is of interest to you, let me know. I would be happy to share more about my mentor program with you. I hope this was helpful for you and was providing value for you, how to help your horse follow you and suggestions without any negative behaviors, where you and horse can feel safe, empowered, and confident together. Thank you so much for spending the time here with me. And as I always say in my mentorship group meetings, be blessed and with lots of love, because love makes everything better, including our horsewoman. Bye now, and feel free to reach out with any questions that you might have. And if you're interested to study with me, let me know. I would love for you and your girl to be part of my community, where my student Angel in Australia says it is the family you can choose. So, thank you so much. Have a splendid day. Bye now.